my name is Teresita Blanco, the Artsy Sister, and today I wanted to show you this comic book called the Metabarons. Like, it's like a sci-fi comic about a tribe or like a group of a family of folks that is part of like their sci-fi culture that when they come of age to get like technolized, which means like get like cyborg augmentation. So, and they have like a very martial type of like warring type of culture and stuff. But then but if you think about it, like it makes sense in like their world and whatnot, because their futuristic type of sci-fi world is like very violent. And the story is being told by two random robots, Alani Automata. So, since this is a story about humans getting like robotic augmentations, then it's like a topic that like the robot will find amusing, because the main characters are kind of robot-like. So it starts with like, the main character that when he was like, he finally came of age, his father like took off his ear, and then he gave him like a futuristic type of part of his brain in like ear. And because of and then they're not allowed to like to cry and stuff and express pain and stuff, so they're considered more higher up in the tier of like these warmongers, cause like it's like a survival of the fittest type of situation, and they have like a special type of resource that powers other technology hidden there, and then like it becomes discovered by outsiders because the main character goes off and like tries to save his father, and then now everyone in the galaxy is onto like all of their fancy tech. So then he saved his father in like the short run, but in like the long run he just created a bunch of like unnecessary problems and stuff for like their entire clan. And then eventually, with all of the fighting and like all of the random wars, and they go from being a clan of many to just the main character being like the sole survivor. The sole survivor. of the entire issue. So his father, and he goes from like ends up like dropping dead anyway, cause of all of the violence and stuff that came in their direction because of his decision to like save him and to save him. So then he saved his father, and then he doomed his entire clan, and then his father died anyway. So yeah. And then the rest is just him dealing with all of like the crazy stuff and like struggling to raise a son, even though he has like a wounded body, and he just being like very bitter and angry all the time. And like in one of the battles he ends up losing like his male reproductive organs. So then like a weird witch shows up and gives him the ability, who has the ability to bear a child by using blood, and not just blood as a DNA sample, and not a male, and not like a male sperm. But that process ends up leaving her sterile, so she was only able to give him one kid. So whether he wants to or not, he has to like raise that kid well. So then like the comic book is just it's the Metabarons passing the baton here and there while dealing with like crazy like space battles. So like that's the biggest highlight of this comic book, like the cool space battle. It just has a lot of very nice panels. Like just look at this one. It's like very nice looking. It's a more violent Star Wars, if that's even possible. But no lightsabers no lightsabers or Jedi's to maintain the order. Just crazy stuff happening. And I found hilarious here like the reference to like the Planet of the Apes they have there, because the original Planet of the Apes book was that some futuristic monkeys were like traveling in outer space when they ran into a record of an ancient human who had landed on the world ages ago. And then once you finish reading the book, you discover that the people that are reading the book are futuristic apes that are traveling between planets, you know, some type of cruising. So that's very amusing, you know. So that's very amusing that, like, in the future, like, space travel became so mundane that it's just going, you know, how the going between planets is like going between, like, cities and whatnot. So yeah, very amusing comic book. Bye bye and God bless.